I'm driving down there and I was like, oh, what do you want to do? It was in my head. Kids had their headphones and I was like, what do you want to do? And like, what do you want to do? I went, I want to do Deadpool Wolverine. Sorry, it was Wolverine Deadpool when I was thinking about it. But I just thought I really want to do it. And I pulled over and I rang Ryan. And I said, dude, I don't know where you're at. I know you're shooting. I think you're getting ready to shoot, but please tell me we can do this.
All right, folks, let's level with each other. The Hollywood elite seem to think we won't question their glossy narratives.
Okay, people in Hollywood think people like you and I are stupid. We're too stupid to recognize that what he is doing, clearly, for all you guys, we're just a bunch of midwits, is protecting a business asset, okay?
They assume we're too clueless to see through what's really happening, especially where Ryan Reynolds is concerned right now. Personally, I'm rooting for him. I hope he weathers the storm.
Honestly, I'm praying for you. I wish you the best of luck.
Here's the real shocker. What if everything we believed about Tinseltown's golden couple is completely upside down?
You know, what Ryan Reynolds, has seemingly done, right, is used his power and influence to not only help Blake Lively take over this movie, but, he's used it, on Deadpool.
For years, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively have been the internet's reigning dream team, witty, magnetic, and allegedly untouchable. They entertain us with their social media banter, dazzle us on red carpets, and give off this chill, hey, we're just normal people vibe.
Blake and Justin got a little too flirty. Blake had feelings. Ryan Reynolds allegedly went psychotic.
That combination has made them one of the most beloved pairs in the entertainment scene. But is it all just a facade? What if their union, their squeaky clean brand, and their biggest professional leaps were orchestrated step by step to keep them at the pinnacle?
So you can easily confuse the public by just inserting facts and not actually weighing against, allowing them to weigh it against a concrete timeline that makes that fact somehow irrelevant.
Because rumors are swirling that Blake Lively might not be the modest, supportive spouse we all picture. In fact, she might be the ultimate strategist, and Ryan could be a lot more calculating than he lets on. Now, in light of a giant $400 million legal clash, plus bombshell allegations, and even Marvel rumors involving none other than Robert Downey Jr., their well-managed public persona seems to be fracturing. Could it be that they've been quietly manipulating the narrative this whole time? Have the rest of us simply been in the dark while a massive Hollywood game was being played? Let's dig in. All the whispers suggest Ryan Reynolds has leveraged his Hollywood clout recently, not just to promote Blake Lively's role in her latest film, but to bolster her overall rise as well. Look no further than the Deadpool franchise, which Ryan painstakingly steered to box office glory. Early on, they seemed different from other celeb couples. While most high-profile duos either fiercely guard their privacy or appear stiff in public, Ryan and Blake projected something fresh and breezy. They volleyed jokes online, cracked each other up in interviews, and posted amusing birthday shoutouts. Fans couldn't get enough of it, believing they were just two genuine people having a blast together. But that shiny exterior might be cracking. Some well-placed sources insist that the comedic back-and-forth we see between Ryan and Blake isn't merely playful, it's part of a well-planned publicity strategy. The objective is twofold: keep fans enthralled and divert attention from any potential behind-closed-doors ambitions, thus preserving their standing as the most likable couple in showbiz. Here's where it gets wild. Several insiders now claim that Blake Lively, the star once thought to be the effortlessly poised, approachable fashion queen, could actually be the engine running the entire show. And Ryan? He might have been orchestrating moves on her behalf from day one. Still, the real turning point that exposed the couple to intense scrutiny revolves around an ongoing legal saga with actor-director Justin Baldoni. According to some rumors, Blake and Justin's rapport got a bit too flirty, igniting what is described as a near psychotic reaction from Ryan. For a solid stretch, Blake was perceived as a drama-free sweetheart. She radiated grace and seemed allergic to scandal, a far cry from certain tabloid fixtures who thrive on chaos. That virtuous aura, however, appears to be faltering because industry insiders contend Blake was never just a nice actress doing her job. She was there to win. And her biggest strategic move so far? The Justin Baldoni lawsuit.
Now there are two major lawsuits that Justin Baldoni has filed, and you can go into those lawsuits and you can see that not only does he provide a ton of credible evidence, way more actual evidence than Blake does,
As the story goes, Baldoni didn't file just one lawsuit. He filed two, each brimming with supposed concrete proof, allegedly far more compelling than anything Blake has offered to date. Everything snowballed once Blake was cast in It Ends With Us, based on the mega-selling novel by Colleen Hoover. First, fans were thrilled. Justin Baldoni, recognized for his role in Jane the Virgin and subsequent directing projects, was overseeing the adaptation, and many felt Blake fit the starring role perfectly. Yet almost instantly, trouble flared behind the scenes. Sources assert that Blake didn't merely want to be the lead, she wanted the final say. Tensions reportedly erupted between her and Baldoni over how the story should be interpreted, with some claiming Blake demanded sweeping modifications to both script and production that the original creative team was hesitant to accept. Suddenly, the narrative took an unforeseen turn. Different media personalities, including attorney Brian Friedman, questioned Blake's real motives, hinting that her thirst for attention outweighed any genuine concerns. Right afterward, Blake publicly accused Baldoni of inappropriate on-set behavior, setting the internet ablaze. Initially, the industry rallied behind Blake, praising her for speaking up about alleged wrongdoing. But then Baldoni fought back hard. He refused to bow out quietly or apologize on cue, instead issuing a massive $400 million countersuit, charging Blake with defamation, manipulation, and leveling false accusations just to grab the reins of the film. Overnight, the flawless image of Hollywood's favorite sweetheart took a direct hit. People began to question, is Blake truly a wronged victim, or was she masterminding the drama all along to gain complete creative control? Ryan Reynolds was, of course, right there throughout this turmoil. Did he stand by as a devoted spouse caught in the crossfire, or was he a central figure behind these high-stakes moves? This prompted many fans and critics alike to revisit Ryan's past, noticing that he often tries to lighten serious accusations with humor, perhaps deflecting from deeper issues. Let's not forget, Ryan Reynolds has carved out a reputation as the guy everybody loves, sharp-witted, self-effacing, and approachable. Between Deadpool's comedic sarcasm and his viral social media campaigns, he's perfected the art of making audiences feel like he's one of us. Yet, behind that charm, some inside Hollywood describe a different Ryan altogether. Industry chatter points to a history of disputes. From butting heads with certain Deadpool collaborators to rumored disputes with co-stars, Ryan's track record isn't as squeaky clean as the public might assume. Tim Miller, the initial director attached to Deadpool 2, reportedly left over creative conflicts with Ryan. Meanwhile, T.J. Miller, who portrayed Weasel, characterized Ryan as insecure and needing to orchestrate every aspect. If these allegations are true, it's plausible he might have used the same controlling attitude to boost Blake's Hollywood trajectory. And we can't overlook Ryan's broad influence. Beyond acting, he's an accomplished producer, a deft marketing mind, and a canny entrepreneur with major stakes in ventures like Aviation Gin and Mint Mobile. Such leverage makes it far simpler to sway narratives, tighten media connections, and, if necessary, overshadow controversies. Hence, when the friction between Blake and Baldoni exploded, was Ryan quietly offering emotional support, or was he leveraging his formidable Hollywood ties to sideline Baldoni and secure top billing for Blake? According to Baldoni's legal claims, Ryan wasn't just a spectator. He allegedly invoked his wide-ranging contacts to edge Baldoni out of the project and maintain Blake's dominance on the set. But that wasn't even the weirdest plot twist. Right when the Baldoni lawsuit started hitting peak drama, a new rumor lit up the internet. Talk spread that Marvel had cut Ryan Reynolds loose, just as fans were pumped up about Deadpool's future and tongues were wagging about Robert Downey Jr. On the surface, the idea that Marvel would ditch Ryan Reynolds seemed beyond absurd. He is, after all, practically the embodiment of Deadpool, a multi-billion-dollar franchise. Why risk that? Yet the rumor persisted. Some fans theorized that Marvel had grown uneasy with Ryan's push for creative freedom on Deadpool 3, especially given that Disney might prefer a PG-13 approach. Others suggested that Marvel was wary of the storm forming around Blake's lawsuit and wanted to distance itself from potential negative press. Then Hugh Jackman entered the conversation and everything got more convoluted. Hugh Jackman, known for his iconic portrayal of Wolverine, was asked about the rumors during a media appearance, and his playful, somewhat dismissive reaction set off more speculation. He laughed and said the rumors were spiraling into absurd territory. For one side of fandom, that sealed the deal. It had to be fake news. But for others, his deflection raised red flags. Why not definitively deny it? Meanwhile, Ryan was dead silent online. And we know in Hollywood, refusing to talk can be its own kind of statement. Was Hugh simply trying to keep the rumor mill at bay, or was there a deeper secret? Some fans pointed out that around this same time, unconfirmed claims circulated that Ryan was going nuts or losing it over certain interactions between Blake and Baldoni, to the extent that he demanded NDAs. Reportedly, he wouldn't let Blake continue on set unless production honored a list of conditions. All of this lined up suspiciously well with the Marvel rumor. Could it have been an orchestrated distraction, an attempt to shift focus from a messy, expensive lawsuit onto a storyline guaranteed to hook Marvel fans? While the internet debated whether Ryan might lose his Deadpool gig, Hollywood insiders were far more interested in what these controversies revealed about Ryan and Blake's orchestrated brand. They've been quietly pulling strings all this time. How deep does it go? Because once you start questioning their curated image, every comedic interview snippet, every adorable social media post, every well-timed philanthropic gesture, you begin to wonder if it was all crafted for maximum public appeal. Such is Hollywood's modus operandi. Public opinion is easily swayed by partial truths, especially when they come from charismatic stars and are fed through massive PR machines. Every star talk show cameo, each meticulously planned Instagram post, and every photo op can be an instrument in a broader strategy. And arguably no celebrity duo has leveraged that strategy as effectively as Ryan and Blake, until now. Recent events are exposing fault lines that suggest their entire lovable couple routine might have been carefully written and rehearsed. Let's connect the dots. Blake Lively's rapid ascent to the Hollywood A-list. Was that strictly about talent, or was it also about savvy maneuvering behind the scenes? The Baldoni scandal, including the $400 million lawsuit, turned the story completely upside down, forcing fans to question whether Blake was conducting a strategic coup for creative control. Then there's Ryan's background of behind-closed-doors clashes masquerading as creative differences. Could those have been attempts to remove any friction to his or Blake's ambitions? And the Marvel rumor. Some interpret it as a brilliant diversion, overshadowing the real scandal with a splashy, brand-oriented storyline that's guaranteed to whip the fan base into a frenzy. Every piece of this puzzle leads us back to one core query. Have Ryan and Blake been so adept at polishing their public personas that we all failed to see what was actually happening? More to the point, what haven't they revealed yet? Many in the industry are murmuring that this controversy has only begun to gather steam, and with each new detail emerging, the crisis could escalate to a level they never anticipated. For years, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively occupied the throne as Hollywood's unassailable sweethearts, marketable, charming, scandal-free. But once Justin Baldoni's name became linked to a $400 million court case, once Marvel rumors cast doubt on Ryan's future, and once talk spread that they'd exerted heavy-handed behind-the-scenes leverage, the couple's shining reputation started to dim. This is a big deal because in show business, image really is everything. Studios invest not only in a star's talent, but also in a perceived sense of reliability and public goodwill. The public starts to think Ryan and Blake are cutthroat behind that genial exterior. Big studios could hesitate to cast them in tentpole projects. Could producers trust Blake if they fear she might file a lawsuit if creative control isn't handed over? Could Ryan continue to be the people's hero if colleagues perceive him as a secret puppeteer who eliminates anyone who contradicts him? And what about their social media presence? Would fans remain charmed if they realized it might all be a meticulously crafted PR storyline? Hollywood is known for Leoneizing stars until it decides it's time to dethrone them. Right now, Ryan and Blake have opted for near silence, presumably hoping the drama will burn itself out. But will that tactic succeed? If new evidence comes to light, or if Baldoni's lawsuit starts unveiling receipts and strong testimonies, this once rock-solid couple might face a downfall bigger than anyone predicted, something that would drastically change the way the public perceives them. Interestingly, during this wave of speculation, a random but strangely telling tidbit emerged. Ryan allegedly referred to their family dog as an intimacy coordinator, which was widely interpreted as another attempt to deflect from the intensifying rumors about trouble behind the scenes. Some took it as a quirky joke, but others read it as Ryan's desperate measure to lighten a situation that was growing darker by the day. Meanwhile, certain Marvel insiders have hinted that Robert Downey Jr. was well aware of the behind-the-scenes drama looming over Deadpool 3, possibly cautioning Disney that mixing an unrestrained comedic approach with real-world controversies could backfire. Although none of this has been confirmed, it only adds another layer of complexity to a saga already brimming with unanswered questions, and it points to just how many powerful players might have a stake in protecting or reshaping Ryan and Blake's narrative. Some observers even draw parallels to other high-profile Hollywood couples who seemed untouchable at one point, only for shocking revelations to emerge later. From quietly orchestrated casting changes to well-timed philanthropic gestures that pivot public sympathy, there's a whole playbook that top-tier stars and their teams are suspected of using. At every turn, Ryan and Blake's team seems to double down on humor, a tactic many critics believe is designed to keep fans laughing rather than analyzing the couple's real intentions. But as more lawsuits, insider leaks, and cryptic statements flood the conversation, laughter alone might not be enough to keep the public on their side. In an era where social media can ignite a scandal in seconds, no one, no matter how beloved, is entirely safe from a reckoning. The stakes are enormous, and the fallout could be felt not just by Ryan and Blake, but also by the studios and collaborators who bank on their star power. So we're left with a massive question. Are Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively orchestrating the greatest Hollywood scheme of our era, or are they simply stuck in a swirl of rumor and speculation? One thing's certain, we're nowhere near the finish line of this saga. While Downy's case continues to evolve, Ryan's once untouchable star power is under renewed scrutiny, and more murmurings of backroom manipulation keep surfacing every week. This might turn into the biggest threat to their shared brand that either has ever experienced. And if there's one lesson from Hollywood history, it's that even the mightiest can come crashing down. In the end, we have to wonder, what really transpired behind those locked studio doors? Could Ryan and Blake be engaged in the usual brand protection you'd expect from A-listers, or did they push those maneuvers to an extreme? We want your take. Are they cunning masterminds, unwitting scapegoats, or just a Hollywood couple who ended up under a spotlight that amplified every crack? If, like us, you're determined to see how this all plays out, be sure to stay locked in. Hit that like button, subscribe, and tap that notification bell. You definitely won't want to miss the next revelation in this continuously unfolding narrative. Thanks for hanging in there until the very end, and until next time, keep your eyes open, because in Hollywood, nothing is ever as simple as it looks. And there you have it, just another day in the wild world of Hollywood power plays and backstage drama. Think you've heard it all? Trust me, the twists are just getting started. Smash that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss the next bombshell. Until then, stay sharp, stay curious, because in Tinseltown, reality is always stranger than fiction.